Hey church, hope you guys are well. I'm Ruth and I'll be bringing your devotional for today. So if you've got your Bibles, just grab them and we're going to look today at 1 Peter 3 and we're looking at verse 8. And it says, "Finally, all of you, live in harmony with one another. Be sympathetic, love as brothers, be compassionate and humble. Do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult, but with blessing, because to this you were called, so that you may inherit a blessing." And that is a great verse, but it can seem so out of reach and so foreign at this time, like to live in harmony with one another when we're living in a world that is just it's a bit chaotic just now. I don't know about you guys, but I think after so many weeks of lockdown, and I mean we're living in a global pandemic, and with that comes so many different things, like people are dealing with job losses, people are dealing with mental health issues, people are just generally going stir crazy. On top of that, like Pam was saying on Sunday, there's increases in domestic violence, there's government are making decisions that everybody seems to have an opinion about, whether you agree or disagree. Everybody's having their say, and my social media has just gone wild the last few weeks, and it's really apparent that people are feeling really emotional, and often, and obviously for really good reason as well. But unfortunately, with our emotion and with everything that's going on, often it's brought out the worst in people. It's brought out the worst in ourselves, and we can be reacting to things that we thought, oh, I didn't realise that was the thing. And basically, earlier this year in February, we did a preaching series, and it was what God says about us, and I did what God says about the world. And I remember sharing with you guys about how difficult I found just the whole topic when you look at the world and you see what chaos it's in, and just like all the stuff that's going on, and the world is made up of people, and people who are hurting, people who are confused, some people who are evil. Like, how can God look at the world and love this world so much? How can we get to a point where we live in harmony with one another? And I mean, I preached on this in February. This was before the crazy few months that we've all had. Who knew that 2020 was going to be such a crazy year for all of us? But one of my points in that preach was that the reason that God sees things so differently than we do. God looks at the world and at people so differently from that we do. He looks at us with a deeper understanding. He's not quick to make judgments, because he understands the things that make us who we are. He's seen our past, he's seen our culture, he's seen the nature versus nurture side of things that have made people the way that they are and act the way that they do. And like, no one is born evil, and no one is born bad. Like, there's different things in us that make us who we are, and God sees that. And a little bit like in Shrek, where he says, like, oh, ogres are like onions, we're made of layers. I think it's not just ogres that are made of onions, like onions, it's humans too. Like, we've got so many layers to us, and yet all too often and all too quickly, we fail to see people the way that God sees them. We just see one or two of those layers. We don't see those deeper layers. We don't take time to think about it. We just make quick decisions and say, well, I wouldn't have done that, and I would have said this, and what are they struggling for, or what are they doing? And we're so quick to make judgments and to throw our opinions out there. But actually, if we look at how to live in harmony, it says here, be sympathetic, love as brothers, be compassionate and humble. And those are such important points. But I think go further than just be sympathetic, and be empathetic towards people. See, empathy is the ability to feel and to understand something from somebody else's point of view. And all too often, we're too quick to see things from our point of view and to make a judgment. And I think if we just took some time to see things from other people's point of view, to see what they're going through, to see things and to understand, just have an empathy and a deeper understanding of like how they see the world, I think would be a lot less quick to judge and a lot less quick to be angry or to be resentful towards people. And then on top of that, it says, love as brothers, be compassionate and humble. And compassion is something that Jesus just displayed so well when he lived on earth. And the Bible talks about compassion so much. And I think if we manage to see the world and to see other people with empathy and with compassion, and to love people, and to be humble, and to not think that we've got it sorted out either, like to just be a bit more empathetic and to show grace, showing kindness even when people don't deserve it. I think it's what God has called, it says here that is what God has called us to do. So this week I just encourage you guys, let's go into the week just feeling more empathetic towards people. Let's be compassionate towards others. Let's not be quick to judge or repay evil with evil, but to repay evil with kindness, and to repay maybe even stupidity with wisdom. You know, insert whatever contrast you want there. But I just pray that this week that this encourages you guys to just maybe have a bit more of a positive outlook, and to have a really good week this week. We love you guys. We miss you. And I just pray that you have a really blessed week this week.